Olá, e aí pessoal, belezinha? Por aqui, vamos dar continuidade exatamente onde a gente parou. Primeiro de tudo, vamos nessa casa aqui, dar uma olhada, né? Por que tem tanta casa lá e ver o que tem lá. Bem curioso pra saber. E provavelmente no final desse vídeo aqui, eu acho que a gente já vai estar entrando no barco e pelo menos bem próximo a isso, né? A gente demorou bastante aqui, mas é o estilo de gameplay que eu gosto de jogar e tentar fazer tudo ou quase tudo de algum lugar. Tá, aqui eu ainda não explorei, então tem essas coisinhas maravilhosas. Ciência selvagem, interessante, né, o nome do runes. Depois tem que dar uma olhada no codex lá. Deveria falar com esse homem aqui.
Your Highness,
Ele é o...
I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning worried both your father and me.
Come now, Sir de Corsilion. My father may have been angry, outraged, or disappointed, but he's never worried about me. I am sad to have caused you any worry, though. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was
Ele lembra muito Dandelion, né, do
escape plan when, ta-da! My dear cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel in distress.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsilion. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sade?
What will be your official title on TF4D? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Legal. Esse personagem aí também é bem legal. Tanto ele, tanto o cara que parece o Dandelion, que eu esqueci o nome dele novamente. Tá. É pra cá, mas eu acho que essa rua aqui, eu não sei se eu já... não, já sim, é a rua... Tem um negócio pra explodir lá que eu não consigo. Então só pode ser pra cá mesmo. Eu só não tô correndo pra ver se eu não deixo nenhum... Então eu posso usar a roupa dessa... Que legal, né? Tipo um The Witcher da vida. Tá, eu não acho que eu entrei ainda, porque não apareceu nada na tela, né? Que eu tô numa área... Tipo assim, apareceu o aviso. Agora sim. Deixa eu ir logo nesse cara aqui. Licença, senhores, vocês estão atrapalhando o movimento. Bota de sacerdote. Dano mágico. Tá, esse tipo de anel não é um anel pro meu boneco, né? Seria interessante ter um mago na PT. Só pra ver o que ele faz, sabe? Ok. Foi tão difícil assim. Eu tô ficando... Na real ainda tem bastante peso que eu posso carregar. Mas eventualmente eu vou acabar ficando pesado e eu vou precisar... Vou precisar limpar esse inventário aqui uma hora. É, aqui não vai dar, vou ter que... Tentar ele. Onde tá o cara? Tá lá em cima. Minha mão pegando fogo é muito foda, né, velho? Chance de reciclo. Umas coisas são bem interessantes. Tá tendo bastante baú aqui pra abrir com coisa, né? Isso tá sendo maravilhoso. Chance de saque. Isso aqui parece interessante. Pra talvez um drop melhor, né? Se eu usar mais esse tipo disso. Não sei se é exatamente o que ele quer dizer. Olha o castelo lá em cima. Que foda, né, velho? Tô gostando muito dessa atmosfera do game, sabe? Muito mesmo. Tá muito bacana jogar. A história também tá muito boa até então. A gente tem que ver se vai se manter. Será que eu posso sair por essa parte? Não. Tem que ver se vai se manter, né, nessa qualidade. Isso é bem importante também. Às vezes o jogo começa muito bom, mas ele vai ficando muito repetitivo e às vezes até sem sentido, né?
Greenblood, do you need
Tá
something?
merda.
I must leave you.
Eu queria interagir com a escada, tá ligado? Achei que ia ter alguém aqui em cima de guarda, sei lá. E aqui não chegou ainda a ser um lugar... Nada, né? Não dá pra entrar em stealth em modo de combate, é só uma dúvida minha. Aqui provavelmente deve dar pra entrar, né? Porque não faria sentido nenhum. São bem igual ao outro lugar, né? Tipo, o baú tá no mesmo lugar, tinha uma ficha de uma janela. Tá bem amarelo lá fora, inclusive. Sério, nem caralho. Os carinha entrar em stealth também. Não sei se tem alguém aqui embaixo. Nossa, é o mesmo cômodo, tá vendo como repetiu? É igualzinho, idêntico. Mas eu até entendo, aqui é meio que uma área de grind, né? Não é uma área de história ou algo assim. Eu vou sair pela frente, eu quero matar esses caras. Não dá pra ver por aqui. Eu quero sair pela frente, eu quero matar eles. Não sei se eu posso.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along. Did you hear the bell? The bell? Of the port authorities?
Of course. We're not in Teleme, you know. You better get going. The harbour master is ringing it. All the Nauts must rendezvous at the port authority immediately. Must be something serious.
Damn, I didn't hear either. We're done for. Come on, we need to move fast.
Be off with you. I'll watch over the warehouse in your absence.
You cannot pass.
Droga.
Only the Nauts have access to the prison.
Prisão? Interessante. Tá, então aqui a gente tem... a gente olha aqui, falta só esses dois lugares aqui. Não dá pra chegar entrando em combate, porque só... Ó, dá pra pular ali. Ah, se ele vira. Esse passo aí é em cima de mim. Improvável. Será que esses caras são magos? Só vem pra essa coisa de mago. Nossa, tem uns collision bem torto aqui. Vou dar uma olhada nesses itens depois, tá? Se vocês quiserem ver, eu vou equipar bastante deles depois. Só vamos primeiro chegar na ilha. Não vira não, amiga. Deve ter esse cara. Nossa, tem bastante barril aqui, é o armazém, né? Esse aqui é bem parecido, apesar de eles, tipo assim, é o mesmo lugar, é a mesma infraestrutura do outro lugar, porém com mais objetos, né? Mais barril, mais coisa e tal, então não ficou tão repetitivo, tá? Mas sei lá. Daria pra entrar por fora, né? Estranho, né? A tranca do lado de fora não faz sentido algum isso aqui.
I've seen a few escapes in my time, but I never thought I'd see someone go to all this trouble to break into a prison.
Eu não posso abrir? Será que eu queria libertar eles, velho, por que não?
To my help! And death to the others! Move away! To my help! And death to the others!
Então, perdi reputação agora. E eu não sabia que tinha essa parada, eu queria matar eles mais pelo XP e pelo dinheiro e tal. Tem chave aqui, não tem? Chave das celas. Então, é isso aqui que me interessava, eu quero ver o que pode acontecer. Ué, mas eu não posso abrir de qualquer forma, que merda. Então não tem nenhuma importância aqui. É isso. Esse lugar aqui tá limpo, agora a gente só tem um navio lá. Ok, bora lá. Não posso pular aqui, né? Não, isso é muito ruim. Caralho, o naviozão... Foda.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco,
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir-Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is sea-born. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tearfredi?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land, and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Be back soon, Captain.
Tá. Tem quest pra mim. Deixa eu ver. Ah, é.
Sir,
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
we should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still...
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten it into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tearfredi. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office. Be back soon, Captain.
Tá. Ah... Vamos primeiro aqui, para ver se a gente acha alguma coisa interessante. Sobre o cara que desapareceu. O médico fazendo remédio, muito bom. Ah... Meu Deus, acho que eu vim muito longe. É ruim porque, tipo, eu não posso pular tudo, né? Então eu tenho que tomar cuidado na onde eu entro. Inclusive, deixa eu ver se tem algo aqui. Vamos dar uma olhadinha na... Sei que eu tô de costa, mas eu vou ocupar isso aqui por um tempo, só pra gente... Deixa eu ver esses outros aqui, esse pirata, né? Não, deixa esse daqui mesmo. Só pra mudar um pouco. É quase igual ao do... Na real, eu achei igual ao daquele cara lá, só que o dele tá nível 3, sabe? Olha, tem uma mulher aqui, meu Deus, que isso?
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Tá, então... Não é aqui, porque essa porra não deu uma informação útil. Assim, ele falou que ele bebe demais, né? Não foi tão inútil assim. Preciso descer aqui embaixo depois para dar uma olhada, tentar não esquecer disso. Gostei dessa roupinha aqui, estou me sentindo mais como um verdadeiro pirata. Na real, marinheiro, né? Que eu sou da realeza. Não posso me chamar de pirata. Oh, caralho. Jurei que dava pra passar por cima. Pera aí, amigão, já vou falar com você. Tem que ser com você agora, que eu tenho nada.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Opa! Deixa eu ver o capitão que ele
What do
acha
you
do
think
capitão.
about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you, the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Eu vou fazer aquele da taverna primeiro, que ele tá mais longe. Eu acho que faz mais sentido. Depois eu vou lá pra direita. Aquele lugar que eu fui lá pra explorar, na real, eu devia ter vindo fazer a quest, que eu vou ter que voltar lá. Mas, coisa rápida, né? Porque imagino que os NPCs eles não voltam. Né? Tipo, eles não vão summonar de novo, imagino.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for a Naut, a young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
3? Então tinha mais alguém.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely
Nós não fomos lá já?
love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant
ó.
gain from holding a penniless child?
O jogo podia ter teleportado a gente pra lá de novo, né? Teria sido interessante. Nossa, como eu adoro o jogo que não tem estamina, cara.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please. Might I help you, sir?
Ai, como eu sou burro.
I need to be going.
Ela não é a senhora da casa, a senhora da casa tá lá em cima. E olha que eu já vi isso, hein. Tô com sono já. De novo, né, como sempre eu tô com os horários errados.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
What?
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you
Caralho.
have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Naughts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Tá. Bora resolver o problema da carga lá agora. Esse vídeo vai ficar um pouco mais longe, eu quero fazer tudo aqui antes de entrar no barco, né, para deixar no próximo vídeo mais diferente um pouco. A gente andou muito nessa cidade aqui. Só corpo aqui.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Peraí. What? Nossa, eu não vi isso aqui, cara, quando eu tava aqui. Que loucura. Como é que tá meu peso? Eu preciso vender esses itens aqui, pessoal. Tô ficando pesado já.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Agora é só informar os caras. Nossa, eu não vi isso aqui, cara. Olha aí que vacilo. Porque tava, tipo assim, dessa posição aqui, ó, que eu passo, não dá pra ver a porta, né? Aí eu só desci, baixei a câmera e desci.
The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Exatamente. Bora notificar eles lá.
Well now, can we get going?
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the...
Ué? What the fuck? Mas não tem mais guarda lá, né? Ou será que eles respawnaram pra quest? Vamos dar uma olhadinha. Porque tinha uns caras mortos ali. Ah, respawnaram. Ah não, esse daqui é...
Hello? What can I do for...
With a relay, you're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me.
Ah, porque eu tô com a roupa igual a dele, né? Ah, que legal. Por isso que a fala foi diferente. Mas ele deveria ter me reconhecido, né? É, não dá pra... Enfim, tá bom, né? Aceitável. Não é nada... Nossa, que lixo, que mal feito.
Well now, can we get
Muitas
going?
variáveis.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Tá. Eu tava pensando num negócio. Opa. Eu peguei chave, não peguei. Será que essa chave vai abrir aquela cadeia? Onde era a cadeia mesmo? Aqui, não é? Não, realmente não dá pra abrir. Achei que talvez desse, mas não dá. Tá. Bora voltar lá agora. Eu achei isso, né? Não tem... Tem que falar com o capitão lá. Porra, então aquela mulher e o cara. Estranha essa conversa, né, velho? O que será que o capitão tem a dizer sobre isso?
Sir,
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
we should be able to set sail. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
Tá.
See anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
How I would like my father to be implicated in this sordid business. Our old teacher must surely know what's going on here. Let's go talk to him.
Estou dando uma conferida aqui, o navio é grande, cara. Muito bem feito. Pelo menos de fora parece muito bom. Os vapores aqui saindo, não. Estranho. Nossa, não tem nenhum drop aqui, velho. Que coisa, não? Jurava que teria algo aqui. Ah. Não era onde eu pensei que estaria, mas já serve, né? Tem um quest, o capitão? Deixa eu falar.
Yes? Well, how can your old professor be of service to you?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us. This document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Ah, chegamos lá, ó. Naquele armazém da família. Era a mesma família que eu não chequei o nome. Mas no primeiro vídeo, eu falei. A gente foi lá e tava trancado, né?
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
A handful of underlings don't scare us away. Right, cousin?
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You are far too young to understand the way we feel.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Nenhum drop. Aqui.
So it's here that
It's not possible just now.
Eu gosto que os caras sobem em cima dos bagulho e tudo, né? Engraçado.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
Opa. Tinha mais coisa pra cá, né? Eu saí pelas costas do aquele lugar lá, lembra? Tá, bom, agora a gente já pode finalizar o vídeo daqui a pouquinho. Eu só vou chegar lá, ver se vai ter mais algum diálogo. E no próximo vídeo a gente já entra, já embarca. Fizemos todas as quests que tinha aqui. Ah, deixa eu aproveitar que a gente vai sair, não sei como é que vai ser lá.
Such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything?
Vamos vender o que a gente não está usando para esse cidadão. Aqui vai ter bastante coisa para vender. Ah, isso aqui eu vou manter. Só para fazer uma boa grana. Ah, o resto eu vou manter comigo. 60 de 200, tá ótimo. Eu gostei que esse jogo não tem aquele inventário minúsculo de RPG que você tem que toda hora ficar tirando. É ridículo, eu tenho nojo desse tipo de coisa em RPG, eu odeio. Acho muito sem graça. Eu odeio esse negócio de peso, sabe? Mas aqui tá bem ok, tá bem de boa.
Sir, are you ready? Can we should be able. You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
So eager to discover Tear Freddy.
Tá, ganhamos mais um atributo que é interessante.
The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures, as big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nauts are strange, but they're not idiots.
Tem muito o que fazer aqui. Aqui tem um maisinho. Tá. E aqui a gente ganha mais um ponto, né? Não tem muito o que fazer. A não ser isso aqui. Qual que seria essa habilidade fodona? Bomba. E essa aqui. Ó, eu vou querer pegar essa aqui, essa fúria. Interessante. Vou pra cá. Não, pra cá. Aqui. Eu posso pegar essa aqui. Pelo menos de duas mãos. Mas acho que eu desço pra cá primeiro, né? Pra pegar essa habilidade. O que temos aqui? Todos os ataques. Aumentar a fúria é importante, aquele ataque forte. Bom, enfim. Suba a bordo do navio do capitão. Tá, como é que a gente sobe por aqui? Ou tem alguma pranchinha que ganha? Olha, tem um caminho que eu não vi aqui, hein? Pera aí. Deixa eu ver se dá pra ir lá. Droga.
The beast is awoken! Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it!
Nossa, vai ter um boss aqui então. Vamos finalizar esse vídeo com o boss. Caralho! Agora vai ser lutar contra monstro, vai ser outro combate, né? Caralho, caralho, que foda. As cordas do negócio.
Kurt! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
A moeda. O dano que eu tomei. Peraí. Não, peraí. Cara, eu tô com muita poção aqui, velho. Nossa, o shift não funciona quando eu tô... Tá, ele tá mancando, né? Ele tá todo fodido. Mano, não dá. Tá sem armadura, então tá mais de boa de dar dano nele com a arma. Será que o meu F faz algum efeito? Ufa! Obviamente que ele tava mancando, né? Foi uma briga bem de boa, mas... com propósito mesmo, pra ser fácil. Mas olha o tamanho dessa porra que a gente vai encontrar no outro mundo, quer dizer, na outra ilha. Caramba, que câmera da hora, né? Foi uma cena muito foda, né, velho? O impacto da cena ficou muito bom.
Greenblood, how do you fare? Fine. It is dead. Are you wounded? I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective. I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary. Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious. I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Legal. Ah, legal, a gente pegou um negócio pra... Opa! Não, eu passei aqui, mas era pra falar com ele. E aí? Ah, então, era essa escadaria que eu tinha visto mesmo, que eu vi ali de cima, sabe? Mas eu não acho que tava aberto aqui todo o tempo, não.
Gentlemen.
Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready her to wear. Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
Legal. Então acho que é isso. Vai começar a carregar um novo mapa, né? Só vamos dar uma olhada na introdução, porque provavelmente vai ter alguma intro. E assim que eu pegar o controle na gameplay, eu salvo. Eu pauso, salvo. E aí... vamos dar uma olhada. Opa, nível 5, maravilha. beleza. Ah, estamos chegando. Ohoi! Tudo que a gente jogou até agora foi apenas meio que um prólogo, né, do game. O que inclusive foi muito bom. Mas depois experimentar bastante coisa.
What a charming welcoming committee.
Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you are quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Nords. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
No, not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are!
To your health.
Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
Scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service, for a while.
Olha que interessante, a gente pegou o Kurt. Que legal, velho. Tá, vamos... A gente tem um talento de, pra distribuir, né? E... Cara, eu acho que eu vou pegar Vigor. Porque vai recuperar PV e mana fora do combate. Um pouco, mas eu não sei o que isso quer dizer. Parece interessante. Eu sei que da ciência também é interessante, mas eu acho que eu não vou nesse primeiro. Não, acho que eu vou com... Eu acho que vai precisar mais desse, porque eu acho que o combate agora vai ser algo mais intenso, sabe? Então a vida, a recuperação de vida vai ser interessante. É o que eu imagino. Tá, e aqui a gente tem mais um ponto para distribuir, que eu vou colocar aqui no chute. Por causa de não levar as armaduras. Ok. Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui. Então não faz sentido Eu vim pra cá, né? Só pra pegar isso aqui. Mas aumenta muito a velocidade de ataque, né? Talvez realmente... Talvez valha a pena. É que tipo assim... Aqui eu peguei... atacar lâminas de uma mão causa mais dano, né? Tipo, usar lâminas de uma mão causa mais dano. Aí depois eu vou pegar lâminas de duas mãos. E aí vou pegar... Tipo... Dano, tá ligado? Acho que não. Sei lá, acho que talvez eu pegue esse primeiro antes de subir. Acho que sim. Bom, é isso. Vou deixar o vídeo por aqui então, antes da gente explorar todo esse mapa aqui que a gente vai ter para explorar, né? Bem grande, inclusive. Aqui deve ser só a cidade. E é isso aí. Ficamos para o próximo. Valeu.